Hello, Jonathan here. In this short video, I'm going to talk you through the process of creating master slides in Adobe Captivate 5.5. The master slide concept in Captivate is not dissimilar to the master slide concept that you may be familiar with from using packages like Microsoft PowerPoint. A master slide is essentially a way of including generic information such as backgrounds, footer information, branding items on multiple slides without copying and pasting those items between slides. The thinking is that you create a master slide with your generic items on it. You then link your slides to the master slide with the result that the items on your master slide are rendered on the link slides. Then if you change an item on the master slide, the change is automatically reflected in the link slides. The benefit here is that you don't need to copy and paste between slides if you want common elements, and that you can change an item in one place and it's reflected in multiple places simultaneously. This is an example of a simple master slide. You can see here that it's in the master slide bin. Down here, I've got two at work. Just switch off the grid, which is getting in the way. So you can see here that this master slide has a label that's rendered down here. There's a common background. I've included footer text, logo, lines, etc. These are system variables, and this is just a text caption. I'll now show you how to create a master slide in Captivate 5.5. What we're looking at here is a blank project that I just created by going File, New Project, Blank Project. When you create a blank project, you're given one slide or one master slide. This is our master slide view. You can have multiple master slides, and if we wanted to duplicate the master slide that we're looking at now, you can just copy it. Over on the right hand side, we have the facility to label our new master slide, so let's just give it a name. Before we go any further, it's worthwhile us adding the project information to our project. This is valuable because information that we enter here is also available as system variables that we can then display on our slides and on our master slides. Let's do that now. The same for copyright information, web address, author, etc. Okay, so we've just added our project information. Now let's start tailoring our master slide. The first thing to note here is that over on the right hand side in the Properties Inspector, there is a project background checkbox. If this box is checked, then it will take the background information from the project preferences. We're not going to do that in this case, so we uncheck it, choose a color for the stage. I'm going to choose that one. Or we can add an image, which I'm not going to do in this case. Over on the left-hand side, we've then got the objects that we can add to our master slide. The key thing to note is that we are restricted as to what's available. Interactive elements, control elements like buttons are not available on master slides. This means that items like next, continue and previous buttons cannot be added to master slides. They must go on the slides themselves. I'll just go through the process of showing you how to add a single item to a master slide, in this case, a text caption. Here it is. So it's exactly the same process as you would use if you were working with a regular Captivate slide. Just going to add some text here. Move it out of the way there. And likewise, we can add lines, text animations. And so we build up our master slide in this kind of manner. When we are done with our master slide, the process of linking a slide in our project to a master slide is fairly straightforward. Over here, if we look at our film strip, here's a slide. Over on the right-hand side, in the Properties Inspector, you can see in general, we've got the ability to link our master slide to the slide that we're looking at now. So we've gone back to a white background because there is no actual content in this slide. Let's just add some further text. Currently unlinked from master slide, now linked to master slide. And if we change our master slide and go back to our slide in our production, our project, you can see that the change that we made to the master slide has been reflected on the slide itself. So finally, I'm going to show you how to insert a system variable into a slide. That slide can be a master slide or it can be a slide in your film strip. The process is the same in both cases. If you remember earlier, I showed you how to enter project information. So let's go back to that stage because the variable we're going to insert is going to be drawn from that dialog box. So what we'll do first is we'll add some additional information here. Now the process of inserting a variable is straightforward. Add a text caption. Go to the Properties Inspector. Find the Format panel. This is the button that's used for inserting our variable. We're then shown a dialog box which allows us to choose the variable type. We're going to insert the system variable, not a user variable in this case. Here we can see a range of variables with CP info as the first few characters. What we can do here is then choose a variable name. So let's choose author. You need to insert a maximum length, otherwise your variable will not get displayed or only a portion of that variable will get displayed. So let's say 25 characters in this case. There's our variable inserted into our text caption. Now to see how that variable is going to look in our film strip, let's just preview the project. And there the system variable has been rendered as a value rather than the variable name. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.